Thanks for joining me. Because I realize watching a 20-minute video on a newsletter might be too much for some people, I'm also going to chunk the newsletter starting with this newsletter. So this one is going to just be about the lunar stuff. So let's go through what the moon's doing this week between April 12th and April 18th. It is moving from a waning crescent of 23.5% to new moon, which is no moon, on April 17th. And that is when the moon is positioned between the Earth and the Sun, making it invisible. It's a great night for deep sky observing. This whole week is a great night for deep sky observing because the waning crescent moon doesn't rise until really late at night, 4 or 5 o'clock at night. And so you get the whole night to observe. So it's a great week to get out if the weather's permitting. Okay. The waning crescent, like I said, April 12th through the 15th, you can see it's there. It rises in the early morning hours. It's a great time to get out and see Earthshine. You can kind of see it, Earthshine, on this calendar a little bit. They try to show it. It is basically when you get, the moon will be positioned in such a way that it basically is the old moon in the new moon's arms. It's where sunlight's reflected from the Earth and it illuminates the dark portion of the moon. And right now, early in the morning, there's a lot going on early morning this week, as I mentioned in the big video, to get up. And if you get up, take a look, see if you can see Earthshine before the sun gets up. Want to talk just a little bit about moon phases really quick. Going to click on that. You're going to see here, I get this question a little bit. You can see in the bottom lower right that the position of the moon to the Earth right now is in the waning crescent stage. And that's what we're going to basically go through Monday through Wednesday, a little bit into Thursday. Thursday into Friday, we move into that new moon period where the moon's between the Earth and the Sun and is invisible to us. Great time for deep sky observing. Then we move in, the moon in position to the Earth and the Sun moves in its orbit around us to the point where we get a waxing crescent through about April 22nd, maybe the 23rd. I'd have to look at what time the moon rises. You can get out. The moon will set 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It's not getting dark till about 9 o'clock. So you can still observe deep sky for most of the night on those nights. Once we get to first quarter, that's the time where I say it's double star, open cluster, and lunar time to sketch and observe all the way through the waxing gibbous phase. I kind of give the full moon a break except for naked eye observing. And then the waning gibbous will come at first. In the waning gibbous, it's going to be a lunar time to observe and sketch an image. As you get later into the waning gibbous and you get to last quarter, you can start sneaking in a little bit of deep sky. Anyway, I just found that maybe going through since I've had some questions on moon phases, hopefully that helped a couple people. Let's talk about some craters that are going to be available this week. Aristarchus, you heard it on Artemis. They talked about it. It is a beautiful crater early in the morning right now, April 12th through the 14th. It is the brightest large feature on the moon. Even as the moon thins to a crescent, this crater stands out because of its high albedo. That's the reflective material that's within it. It glows very intensely right now with a waning crescent moon. Look for, use a high power eyepiece if you're doing it visually. If you're imaging, see if you can pull this out. Look at the inner walls. You can see, and you can see it in the image, dark radio bands, likely volcanic glass or excavated impact melt that's striping the bright slopes here. Just to the north, and again, I have that image there of Valles, and I'm going to massacre it, Scroteri, a massive cobra head ryle that is a masterpiece of lunar volcanism, and you can see right above Aristarchus here in the smaller image, the cobra's head, and then the snaking body behind it. Great for imaging, great for sketching. Let's go to the next one, Grimaldi. They talked about Grimaldi and Artemis. It is the black hole of the west. Again, best time April 14th and 15th pre-dawn. Grimaldi is the huge ancient impact basin. It's basically been flooded with dark basaltic lava. It's one of the darkest spots on the lunar surface. It creates a stark contrast with the surrounding highlands, a very nice contrast. Look for the wall of the basin. Because the sun is setting over the region in the waning phase, the rugged rim wall is going to cast a very long and jagged shadows across the flat, dark floor. If you're using a larger size telescope, the floor will appear almost like a smooth ink black sea. It's really cool to see that. Let's go to the final crater for this week. Shikard, the striped crater. Best time is the early morning again, April 13th to 15th. It's a massive wall-plain crater. It's 212 kilometers across. It's located near the southwestern limb. It's famous for its unique striped floor. You can see here in the image that the pattern of light and dark material. The northern and southern parts of the floor are covered in that dark Mara lava, but then there's a lighter stripe kind of going through the middle of it that starts small and gets larger. And that is ejecta from the Oriental impact basin, which Artemis saw for the first time in their lunar flyby, and it cuts right across the middle. It's a great test of a smaller scope, a 4-inch or so refractor, to see if you can resolve the subtle tonal differences here, or to see if you can see that in a larger scope if you look at that crater. And again, with craters, use a variety of eyepieces if you're visually observing. Use a wide field maybe to capture it, and then really bring high magnification on it. You want good seeing conditions to make that happen. That's it for the lunar highlights for this week. So hope you found that interesting. Hope you get a chance to look at Shikard. I think it's a wonderful crater. It's on my list. We'll catch you later. Have a great one.